Are you an Amazon seller and you're using Google Translate to create your product listings in different languages in different Amazon marketplaces? Well, then listen to this video where Jana from YLT Translations are giving interesting examples where we can see how Google Translate may go wrong. And if you want to hear more videos like this with tips, don't forget to subscribe to Orange Klik YouTube channel down below. Hello, Jana. Could you please introduce us to YLT Translations?
Hi, Augustus. Of course. So YLT Translations is a translations agency specialized in Amazon listings and in Amazon translations. So we're basically a one-stop shop for all translations that Amazon sellers need.
All right. Thanks. And I know that you wanted to share some important tips for people who are still fans of Google Translate, right?
Yes, exactly. This is actually one of the most often asked questions from my clients. Can I use Google Translate? And why does this listing look like it's Google translated? So here are some of the typical mistakes people do with the Google Translate, and I want to demyth this thing. So I would like to get some advice on how to do the listings or any sort of translations the right way. Okay, so this is a really typical Google Translate mistake where on the left we can see there's a clothing label which says made in Turkey, but some things that sometimes Google doesn't recognize and cannot differentiate the bird from the country. So basically this is where a lot of things happen wrong and are poorly translated because of the inability of Google Translate to differentiate some things. This also reflects your listings and your listing translations and your keywords. So for instance, if we have an example of sweetened milk can, this is basically a product you're looking for on Amazon UK. But if you put this word in Google Translate, if you want to do a keyword research or translate it for the Spanish market, you're going to get la leche azucarada puede. And if you use this word on Amazon for a Spanish market, you're not going to get this canned milk. You're going to get something which has nothing to do with canned milk. And this is the first problem. So you don't want to use this word and not to get indexed for the right word. If you use this word, somebody looked for the canned milk, your product is not going to show up. So you will not be relevant for the search term. But when the keyword was done properly and done in the target language by a native person or a native translator, you will absolutely get the correct product. So we can see that for this product, the correct Spanish word would be leche condensada and not the one we had before. So this is really important. Mistake number 2 is when people, for instance, let's take there's a kitchen tap or a faucet. People want to sell this product. So they go to Google Translate, they insert faucet, and they get rubinetto on Italian market, which actually does mean that it means rubinetto means the faucet. But if you type it on Amazon.it, you don't get any faucets. You get something which is like a chocolate fountain and vapor, which has nothing to do with your desired product. Faucets will be found on the second page, but let's be real. Who goes to the second page to find the product? Top products are going to be relevant on the first search page. And if you use this keyword, your product would not be relevant for that. You would lose sales, your click-through rate will go down. So it's something that you should not do. Instead, while using the keyword research to get to the correct word, miscelatore lavello, you would get exactly what you're looking for. This is the faucet, the tap for water, and everything you want to get is on the first page using this word here. Keyword research is really, really important. Also, we like to use helium-10. This is something we get really good results from. If you don't want to pay for the helium-10, you can use Sonar. This is a free tool. It gets good results, not as good as Helium, but it's a free tool and it can get you decent results with keyword research. And tip number 3 is how to combine the keywords. And like when you use a Google Translate and use one word or keyword to translate it, if you don't have any ideas how to combine it with others to get long tail keywords, because you also want to get indexed for these long tail keywords, you can use Amz Suggestion. This is an example of it right here. So basically you can get the keywords which can be before and after. You can get ideas of how to make them bigger. A lot of people don't have long tail keywords, but your chances are better to get better index for the long tail keywords other than just like a single keyword such as a faucet. So this is something which is a cool tool. You can download it and add it as an add-in on the Chrome. It's really easy to use it. You just Google something on Amazon in the search field, and this drop-down menu will show up. Also, third mistake people do are when they just translate keywords from one market to another. I also get a lot of this. We recently got a client and he was like, why didn't you translate the search terms and the UK keywords I gave you? And I just said, it's not relevant because we can translate that, or you can Google Translate it to the target market. But it doesn't necessarily mean that for instance, French market is going to use exactly the same search terms as people do in the UK. So it's always important to do the keyword research of the target market in the target language, and not just to translate the UK keywords, for instance, to all other markets, because sometimes they won't contain relative keywords there. Also, here is a really good example when people overstuff with keywords, which is another thing you shouldn't do. I just accidentally came across this listing. It's basically because it's only and solely of the keywords and done by Google Translate. And this is something which you absolutely don't want how you want your listing to look like. So everything should be placed with some certain strategy. And of course, you should definitely watch out for the keyword research when doing the research in Italian or French market, because maybe some markets have some specifics they like or they don't like. So basically, market research is really important, because you don't want to end up like Dolce & Gabbana with their fiasco in the Chinese market. So what they did and what they thought that the audience would like is that they had a couple of promotional videos where people were eating pizza and pasta and cannoli with chopsticks, and eating rice noodles with a fork and a knife. And people in China, they didn't like it. They were really sensitive about their culture, which resulted in a great fiasco. And Dolce & Gabbana's products and merchandise were banned from Chinese e-commerces. So you don't want to end up like Dolce & Gabbana or some other disaster that happened just because you didn't do the marketing research, or maybe they used some wrong keywords, and you should really be careful about that.
All right. Thank you very much, Jana. And once again, what services does YLT Translation provide for Amazon sellers?
We provide Amazon listing translations with keyword research and backend keywords. So our native translators, who are also trained to be also marketers, who come from the Amazon industry, they perform keyword research in the target language, placing high traffic keywords in your listings so your products can be found easily and better. And we also do the competitor research as well. So you have a complete listing and you draw the maximum out of it. We also offer all sorts of other translations. So as I said before, we are a one-stop translation shop. We offer translation follow-up emails, translation popular customer Q&A templates. We do a translation of EBC. We also do ads translation, product and listing, packaging translations, brand store translation, and listing optimization. Basically everything you need for your store.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jana, and good luck in your business.
Thank you too.
And if you would like to get help by professional translators to prepare your multi-language product listings, get in touch with YLT Translations and Jana. You will find all the links below this video. And also, if you want to hear more tips for Amazon sellers like these ones, make sure you click subscribe button on the YouTube channel of Orange Klik.